So for the first time ever, money wasn't the requirement. I had sold a Jeep and I had the money and I just wanted to get the bumper that I've always wanted for my Landcruiser. And so it had one requirement. It had to be lightweight. And here's the reason why. The Landcruiser I have has this AHC system, the adjustable height control. It's really cool. It's a hydraulic system. It can raise it up and down and it rides beautifully on the road. But that AHC system limits the weight. So it's not, you don't want to add a ton of weight. And I'm going to be removing about 50 pounds when I pull off the original bumper. But that 50 pounds is going right back on in the form of a winch. So I don't want to add too much more on top of that because you start getting into really cutting down your cargo capacity. So here's what I was looking at. So this is the Delta. I mean, this thing is gorgeous. It is I think it is the best looking bumper that's available out there for the Landcruisers right now. I'm not actually sure this was available when I was looking in February of 2021, but right now I think this is absolutely just the best looking bumper you can get out there for the Landcruisers. And this is actually on the Lexus, the twin, the LX 470, but you can also get it for the Landcruiser. And it's one of the more expensive ones. It's I think second most expensive actually, $2,549, and it weighs 150 pounds. So it's not too bad, but it's definitely a good bit of weight. So with the winch, that's 200 pounds or so. Now, ever since I was reading off-road magazines as a teenager, the ARB bull bar, man. I mean, this thing is just so good looking. There's a guy down the street who's got one on a Tacoma, and I just love it. I think it's probably the absolute best looking bull bar that's out there. And it's a good price too. It's $1,436. It weighs a good bit though. It's 183 pounds. So you add in the 50-pound winch and you're over there at 233 pounds. So this is a real problem in terms of putting this on the AHC cruiser. I think again, this is one of the absolute best looking ones. It's just a classic look, and every time I see a cruiser with this on there, I love it. It's my absolute favorite. Now this one, Dissent Offroad is a really great company. I bought stuff from them. I bought some bushings, for example, recently for the steering rack, and they make a lot of great products and they really support the cruiser community. But for me, the Blueberry is just kind of it's not really my thing. Actually, nearby me, there's a 100 Cruiser that has the Blueberry on there, and again, I think it's a really nice bumper, but it's missing a few things that I wanted. For example, there's no light mounts on here. And I think it's, for me, what I really like about the look of a bumper. It's not too heavy. It's 134 pounds, so it's lighter than the previous two. But yeah, for me, it wasn't really even a contender. And the price is a little high, in my opinion, for not having the the cutouts for the lights. Now here's one that I wasn't even really aware of. I like this one too because here's why. It has sort of the looks of the ARB, but it has one very important thing, which is you don't have to cut anything to mount this guy. It mounts right onto the location where the bumper was. And I think this is the only bumper of this group where you don't have to do any cutting and drilling. And that's appealing, I'll be honest. That's a really nice thing about this bumper, is that you can just use the factory mounting points. And the price is good. This is the cheapest one here. But it is heavy. It's, I think, the second heaviest one here at 165 pounds. So it's, a good bull bar. And I think they actually look pretty good on the cruisers and pictures I've seen. But it just wasn't, it was too heavy. It was just a little bit too heavy for me. And then finally, the last one I considered before going with my winner was the Ironman 4x4 bull bar here. And Ironman's doing some really good stuff. Again, very innovative, very supportive of the cruiser community. And, the price was good. This is the second cheapest one at $1,400. But again, the weight is it's pretty high. And so it was, again, when you put in the winch, you're over 200 pounds. And so I wanted something that was lighter still. That was, again, my only requirement was lightweight. But I think this is a solid choice as well. The looks are, again, I think it's kind of like the TJM in terms of looks. And, one thing I do want to point out here is that actually when I was just about to publish this, I went and quickly looked at the Ironman site again. And now the bumper is on sale for $1,000. So, check around. The prices here are what I found in did end up choosing was the Dissent Offroad. And the guy who owns this Ben, he's a really cool guy, very supportive of the community. And I really appreciate everything he does. He makes a lot of really innovative stuff. And this bumper is one of those great innovations. So you can get it in steel, where it's about 95 pounds, or you can get it with aluminum. And that's what I bought. So, and that's a 55-pound bumper. Adding the bull bar, I'm estimating is about another 20 pounds. So that puts you at about 75 pounds, but that's half the weight of the others that are out there, around half the weight. And again, so I put the winch on there. So we go from, 75 to 125-ish pounds. So the winch plus bumper is lighter than any of the other bumpers just by themselves. And so that was why I chose this one. It was also, unfortunately, by far the most expensive. But again, I had the money this time from selling the Jeep, and I wanted what I wanted this time. I don't know if I'm ever going to get to do that again, but this time I got to do it, and I'm really thrilled with it. I think it looks really great. The welds are fantastic. The biggest downside of this, is the lead time. But I'm not sure that many of the others don't have a big lead time either. Every time I look, they seem to be sold out. And so, it's what it is. And it took quite a few months to come in. But here it is. And finally, my favorite, graphs. It's very important to have graphs. And so here is why I chose the Dissent. Look here. So Dissent here on the left. They have an aluminum and a steel version. And that aluminum version with the bull bar comes out to, my approximation, about 75 pounds. That's about half the weight of the next competitor, which is Dissent Offroad. And so it's just a great product for what I'm looking for, which was, again, weight. The absolute heaviest there on the far right is the ARB at 183 pounds. Again, my absolute favorite look on a Landcruiser. But the Dissent also has really nice approach angles, and so I'm extremely happy with it. Now, as any of you who have ever looked at pricing on Porsches or anything like that know, when you take away weight, it increases the price. And that's true of the off-road bumpers as well. And so the most expensive was also the lightest weight, which was the Dissent. Now, the Dissent also has a lot of really great features, like great approach angle. So I think I'm getting my money's worth for it, but you are paying for it. And again, just noting on here that the Ironman actually had gone on sale the day when I went to look and I was publishing it, but when I was looking in late October, it was still about $1,400. Alright, pulling into XPO Logistics. See if we can figure out where to get our thingy, our bumper. Alright, well, they're going to bring out the bumper. Dissent bumper. This place is huge. I like it. You do a lot of donuts out here. Oh yeah, got to load it up. They were gracious enough to get it up on the tailgate even for me, so get her home. Yep, cut every single one. If those scissors will do it. We might need something stronger. Okay, next. You gotta admit, this pallet's probably worth like $1,000. This is huge. These like 4x4s? 2x4? 2x4? How's it going?
I think these can do it.
I think they can. Night packs to the rescue. Alright. See if we can find one that you can get with. Here, try the big reds. These guys have all the leverage. These are the best pliers ever.
Yeah.
Klein.
Not probably the best.
No, the best.
Not the
ever. Yep, see, I told you. Kleins are the best.
They're not the best ever.
I don't know. Look, they're doing the best thing ever. Awesome. All right, one more.
Yeah,
Keep talking trash about my pliers. I'm not going to let you use them.
I'm
the
not
best pliers ever.
Exact trash.
Not exact trash. I don't know. All right, last one. I've been using these since I was 16. That was my first job as electrician apprentice. These guys, look, they have one thing on them right there where I accidentally welded them with a, oh well, but they still work. All right, are you ready to pull it open? Let's see what happens here.
That's gonna be big.
Whoa.
Up, you see?
Yep. Yep. Oh, there's part of it. There's a bull bar.
I want to do that pretend guy.
You want to do what?
What?
I want to get that pretend knife for Trevor to try.
Oh, okay. Where is
What
it?
pretend?
Check it out. We got a box of screws, it seems like.
Yeah. And
Sticker. That's pretty fancy. I like that sticker.
yeah.
Heck yeah. You think that bump's an ant? Yeah, I
That
like.
was an ant bump.
Oh, an ant bump. What is this? A bump for ants?
Yeah.
Very nice.
This is
Yep, that's a lot of assembly required. And there's grinding on the cruiser that has to be done too. But man, these look really good. Damn. What do you think, Kip Dog? You like this? It's pretty good. Yeah, it's a nice bumper. Yeah. And there's the bull bar. All right, and that's the rest of it. So there's the other wing, some brackets, winch mount. Cool. I gotta put it on.
Well, thanks, Dissent Offroad. Looking forward to installing it and also dreading it just a little bit next time.